Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Tuesday, 29th day of November. Here we go. So let's say it happens that you're in the middle of the meal, a little bit different than yesterday's law, where you discovered that you did not say hamotzi, and you are supposed to say hamotzi in the middle of your eating to cover for the rest of your eating. That's the halacha that we mentioned yesterday, but that was because we were clear. The guy knew that, oh my gosh, I forgot to say hamotzi. But here's your next question, and this one happens more often. You're in the middle of eating and you suddenly realize, I don't know if I made a bracha. And you feel about 50-50. I might have made the bracha, I might not have made the bracha. What do you do then? So in situations like that, then the halacha is that we say safek brachos lahakel. Whenever in doubt about having made a bracha, we're lenient about that, not because we feel like being lenient, but because there's God's name involved there, and we never want to say God's name in vain. So if you're not sure if you said the bracha, best to not say the bracha because I don't want to be caught saying God's name in vain. There are kind of cute tricks that you could do in situations like that, where you wouldn't be mentioning God's name in vain. It's not exactly halacha. This is just a practical piece of advice. If you're in the middle of eating something and you're all messed up on the brachas and you don't know what you did, you could clarify everything by going over to the sink, washing your hands at Tilas Yadayim, making a hamotzi, continuing the rest of the meal with that motzi, the bread, covering all the brachos in the meal, and then you're better off because that bread needed a bracha. You hadn't eaten bread yet. The bread covers for all the brachos that follow in the rest of the meal, and this is a practical piece of advice whenever you find yourself in such a jam. Interestingly, though, the Suffolk Brachas Lahakel rule will not apply for something like benching. Birkat Hamazon is a Torah law that says ve'achalta v'savata oveirachta, you shall eat, you shall be satisfied, and you shall bless, written biblically in our Torah. When you're in situations about that, like whether you've benched or not, then we go with the strict rule that, hey, it's a Torah rule and I have to be strict. If you feel 50-50 and you don't know if you benched, shouldn't happen. I mean, it's just terrible to think, maybe I benched, maybe I didn't. How much could that have benching have meant to you if you can't even remember if you said it? So hopefully it shouldn't happen to you, but if it does, you might actually have to bench again, or it might not even be again, it might be your only time. Speak to a rabbi about if this situation happens a lot to you, because you don't want to be making brachas for nothing. But the general rule is that in Torah situations like benching, then you do need to bench when you're in doubt because it's a Torah law. Most other brachas are just rabbinic. Look for clarification if you know that this kind of thing happens to you often. I've given you just the general parameters. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.